for some women and black women out there, this just might be considered, unfortunately, you know, I'm just saying, this might be considered a national holiday for all the wrong reasons. The vitriol and the comments, and don't go on Twitter and read, you know, majority of comments from African-American black women on Twitter right now, because they're going to be celebrating the death of Kevin Samuels. And no matter how you feel about him, it's not a good look to celebrate that man's death. This is AP on the spot. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Do me a favor, please. Subscribe to this channel and comment in the comment section, like the vid, share the vid. We got to get those likes and shares up for real. Share this vid if you choose, if you like. Kevin Samuels' algorithms, his demographic, and if you don't know what that means what makes up viewership, you know, things of that nature. Kevin Samuels, I found out this morning that his subscribers, it's either his subscribers or his viewership was from 80% women. Think about that. 80% of women, the same women who, you know, talk trash, degraded, dogged, you know, basically was just slandering Kevin Samuels over the last couple of years, and most recently, and just in general. His viewership was coming from women, and I found that out to be very, you know what, it didn't surprise me, because, you know, when you're talking about hot topics, especially love and relationship, those are topics that women tend to run up numbers for and gravitate towards. It was actually, some fun facts and some fun stories, is that I actually found out from Kevin Samuels from a woman who, you know, lived in Brooklyn. And, you know, she was she had a nice job, a child, things of that nature. And she, you know, was one of those women that were very strong-minded, black woman, you know, strong-willed, strong-minded, strong black woman. She actually told me about Kevin Samuels roughly about a year ago. And so that means that, you know, Kevin Samuels caught her attention, you know, and she has some real strong views on love and, you know, relationships and things like that. But she was a viewer of Kevin Samuels, a woman who I wouldn't have thought would have been a viewer of Kevin Samuels. She watched his show. Another woman I was just on the phone with a couple weeks ago, was from Toronto. She was like, what are your views? Out of nowhere, we're having a good conversation, chatting it up, talking, vibing. Out of nowhere, she was like, what's your views on Kevin Samuels? And I'm like, this is so random. But, you know, she was a Kevin Samuels watcher and follower. And then, you know, there was another, you know, young lady from Toronto who I was talking to and vibing with. And she was just basically like, you know, a good way to run up numbers on your YouTube channel is to talk about love and relationships. Basically saying that I should go the Kevin Samuels trajectory. That's not what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I have some videos where I talk about love and, you know, things of that nature. We can all discuss relationships. I love talking about that, but I'm not gearing my whole platform towards that. You know, you got a lot of people out there that do that, and they're good at that. That's not my lane right there per se. But Kevin Samuels, you know, as much as, and there's always been a theory out there, and I don't disagree, and I don't agree with this theory, and I don't necessarily subscribe to this theory whatsoever, but I'm just throwing it out there. There's always been chatter and talks and conversation ever since I was young, in high school, college, whatever, is that this is what's the narrative. Some people's narrative is that black women gravitate towards mistreatment, and black women gravitate towards people or men who like to dog them out and mistreat them. And I started thinking earlier, like, could this be the same kind of theory that Kevin Samuels was on? Like, basically, Kevin, he knew what was going to run them numbers up. He was good at it. You know, he knew, he was an entertainer. I mean, he was a therapist, relationship counselor, whatever you want to call him, but he was also an entertainer that knew how to get the views, knew how to get your cash apps, knew how to get you to give him donations and money and all that. And he knew that controversy sells. Just look at the numbers and look at the facts. I mean, look at Kevin Samuels' viewers on IG and YouTube. He had women that looked like they had mad potential, a lot of potential. Black women that looked like they had it all. The looks, the job, the money. They might have had kids or not have kids. Whether they were over 30 or over 35, whatever, that doesn't matter. Some high potential, you know, one average guy would say high potential, quality women, you know, hit him up and ask for his relationship advice and ask him to rate them. So like, that just brought me to the question of, you know, in theory, is it that whole theory of, you know, choke me harder. Oh, but I love it and I like it and it's stimulating to me. me. Some women are into that kind of thing, you know, when you're being intimate with them. I'm just saying. But that just brought me to a bigger question. Like, you know, was Kevin Samuels like really, was he doing this for show, because he knew how to get your money and he knew how to get the numbers and views up? Or was he doing it because it's really the truth? I mean, it's unfortunate, and it's so unfortunate to see, all the slander that I'm seeing on, oh my God, the slander, the vitriol on Twitter and social media and Instagram is so real in the comment sections and the tweets. I mean, slandering Kevin Samuels. I've seen so many women celebrate the death. I don't know. I haven't seen this many black women celebrate in a minute. And that's the minority. I'm hoping it's the minority because we shouldn't be celebrating anybody's death. But the celebrations that's been going on the women's side and with women over this man's passing is so unfortunate, because if anybody dies, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be about, it shouldn't be about that. This is a human being at the end of the day. And my whole thing is, I was also thinking about this. What's wrong for black men, us black men, to have a freedom fighter for us? Somebody that's out here fighting a good cause for the good black men. I mean, Kevin Samuels was a man who stuck up for black men. Good black men, hard-working black men, providing black men, so it was just one of those things where I'm just like, women, I know ladies, you have Oprah, you have Anaya, what is it? I can't pronounce her name right. What is it? Anaya Van Zandt and women like that. Women, you have your own freedom fighters and women out there that's fighting for the good cause of the black woman and the protecting y'all sanctity and things of that nature. But us men, besides Kevin Samuels, I mean, we only really had maybe to a certain degree Dr. Umar Johnson standing up for us, but he didn't really go the lengths and definitely didn't go that route that Kevin Samuels went. But, black men, we really don't have that many men that's standing up and protecting our hard-working diligence, you know what I'm saying, and our sanctity, so it's just sad, because Kevin Samuels, at the end of the day, whether you like him, you're not, you hate him, whatever, Kevin Samuels was quite interesting. He was definitely a figure in entertainment that will be missed for shock value purposes. Leave me a comment. I really want to know what y'all think. So please go ahead. Please go ahead. Leave me a comment. I appreciate it in advance. Yo, this is AP. I will check y'all later. Peace.